Hello, everybody. Welcome to Graded Point Live. Look who it is, Mr. Mike Murphy, with his just within the last 30 minutes fully funded project, The Gods Fear Me, Book 1. Congratulations, sir, and welcome to the show.
Thank you. That was a crazy 5 minutes. Hi, everybody.
I was watching that stream, and I saw him. I saw him pull it up. It's like he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He did it. He did it. In literally 5 minutes, I looked and because I was watching it while he was talking about something else. I was like, come on. Yes. Right. Yes, you can ask these boys. I actually audibly went, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it's my own damn project. I'm like, what's going on?
He's underplaying it a bit. He was screaming a bunch, and he was like, "Fuck, I lost the bet.
Lost
oh,
the bet?
No.
What?
Oh god, my bookie. Oh god, not the baseball bat again."
Mm-hmm. Well, that just means we'll have to put more hope into our project Robotoad and Iguanatron. That's
What? No, that's not our project. That's Ethan Van Scrabble.
Yeah, well, yeah, that we already established who that is. We know who that is.
I missed this fucking lore session.
Spoiler: he's in the chat right now.
Oh no! It's Methan.
See, there he is. He made it. Hello, Methan. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm just wondering why the Gods Fear Me is not shipping when the dogs fear me.
The dogs.
No, the dogs.
The dogs are afraid of me. Was the
Yeah,
The dogs are
I
afraid
could
of
have
me,
sworn
right?
you titled it "The Dogs Are Afraid of Me."
yeah. That's a.
And not shipping. Wow. Only on the finest napkins. Anyway, goodness, how does it feel?
Yes, Mike. How's
It's
it? Yeah. Give us a.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a huge relief. I was hopeful that tonight would be the night, because there's a possibility that I might be hanging out with Ethan a bit later.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, we got home and we were having dinner because we knew I was probably going to be streaming the better part of the night.
Right.
And yeah, man, we're wrapping up, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get in there, start getting things set up. And she's like, Selena's like, "Are you funded?" I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And I check my email, and it's just a string of 10 donations all lined up one after the other. I'm like, oh, okay, something's happening.
Mm-hmm. It's like, who did it? You're looking at who did it? Who did
Yeah.
it? And you find out it was some random frog merchant.
Yeah. I don't even know the guy. No, it's great. It's a huge relief. By the time we got to around 900 or so, when there was 7 or 8 days left, I was pretty confident that we were going to do it. But
those butterflies are there. You're like,
Right.
I mean,
There's always that X factor that you might not, and you don't want to be the dude who missed out by $400.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When you were okay, I don't know if you noticed, but the original title for the night was under $500 to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I did that on purpose. That was a shot across the bow at somebody else who only he makes barely above $500 on his little projects.
Yes, of course.
That he puts money in himself, apparently.
Wait, I mean, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh no! You wouldn't know anything about that. How do you feel about pocket pussies? Do you think those are a market to get into, or?
I feel that they're trash. I
yeah.
don't understand what anyone sees in them.
I mean, I think just go and find you a woman. Get a good hearty wife. And you can you wouldn't need something like that. I think that's for pathetic people.
They're exactly. They're synthetic. They can't beat the real thing.
That's a double meaning right there. Can't beat the real thing. That's
What you need to do is this is the Japanese because they've turned that whole pocket pussy shit into like weird exact science.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but
Where
this
it's
is
like
this is the one time it's a cheap American knockoff.
is it in yet? I don't know. I'm not feeling anything. That's how you know it's American.
Oh.
Oh snap! I just alienated the entire dating pool of the fucking country.
Well,
Come at me, bro.
At least one particular guy in Texas. I mean, excuse me. Well, let's put it this way: when you have to, Xavier, when your alternative is you have to go make friends with a blue-haired land whale.
Right.
Sometimes just give someone to see a try, you know?
And yeah, just like keep falling back on your parents' money, and it's like, dude, I don't care who you hire to make your little movies. Like, they're only doing it because you're throwing money at them. Like because like that movie that he made, or his parents made, I should say. The director allegedly is the guy who did Bone Tomahawk and Brawl in Cell Block 99, and I love that guy. But like under any other circumstances, you would have bragging rights. But it's like, dude, I guarantee you, he didn't give a shit about that story, and it was just the paycheck.
So what you're saying is his parents are funding his personal film projects?
I think I would
think
wager
his parents
to guess
are funding everything.
Yeah. I think I would wager to guess that his parents are funding everything. A Man in Lunacy.
Probably hoping something will take off and he'll get out of their fucking house.
Right.
You did it.
No,
you
that's
made it
definitely-
all on your own. Please leave.
Please get the hell out. A Man in Lunacy
We
in the
have
chat.
dreams, son.
I had to bring this up because A Man in Lunacy has went through a trying period last night. He actually got banned from somebody's live chat.
Oh, pepperoni.
He said the terrible. He said something absolutely terrible. What was
that?
It was absolutely horrendous. I can't repeat it here. It's just so terrible.
Come on, can't be that hard.
It's
I can say something worse.
no, this isn't a competition, Raptro. This is
Everything can be a competition.
Say it could be.
Get out the bleep button.
yeah. I mean, if you want, I can show you what he said if you want me to.
Say, remember, Raptro pays to be here. He just wants more bang for his buck.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, let's see. Hey, man. Okay. Well, me and him had a conversation about it last night. So let's see. Here you go. He was blocked by Smiller, whoever Smiller is. I don't know who that could be.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, tonight I was blocked by Smiller for no reason. Enjoy the $90 from the first two Lone Star books, Mike. Lone Star? Mike? Because I'm done. And I said, wow, what did you even say in chat? All he said was, vote Smiller. That was this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the this is what got him banned from a live chat.
That's pretty heinous, man. I think I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is the way it is, man. Yeah. Vote Smiller.
I don't know. I don't know what is going on with that guy. I mean, I do, but I don't understand why he's taking it this way.
I don't know either. I just thought that would be funny. When I saw him pop up in chat, I was like, oh, I can bring him up because I thought that was funny.
We can steal his story for clicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that time Raptrobe backed Lone Star and then got banned from Mike S. Miller's chat?
Yeah,
It happened.
I did that.
Yeah, Raptro.
Wow.
Did it really happen?
No.
Oh.
Sure. What? Actually, yeah, it sure went.
Look.
I'm not in the right state of mind to play 2K.
Yeah, as long as you don't have any follow-up questions, yes.
Guys.
I totally did that.
I just want to point out that Raptro would rather play a glitchy wrestle game Then,
Then back Mike S. Miller. Yeah.
well, yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Wait, here, I'll give you another one. WWE 2K20 is more entertaining than anything Mike S. Miller has, in my opinion.
Oof.
It's valid.
That's bad. Oh, that's good though. I mean, that was a good.
You,
You know what? Let's. You're gonna like this, Mr. Murphy. Raptro, when you finally a little while ago saw a picture of Mr. Miller, tell me what you said when you saw him.
All right, so we're just gonna keep bringing up the fact that my first reaction to seeing the man known as Mike S. Miller is that I thought he was a sad used car salesman, aren't we?
Wow. I mean, I mean, with the ponytail, maybe. I can see it.
come on, duo, Gil a favor.
I mean, granted, the first picture you ever showed me of this motherfucker is like, I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Look how zany I am. I listened to a Weird Al album once in college. No, he looks like a fucking somebody's fourth stepdad who has like a terrible alcoholism problem and is about to get his liver taken out.
Yes. You guys remember Bobby's World?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking Uncle Ted.
Oh. Wow.
You know.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah. I had to think about that for a second. Said, "Oh, don't go." Oh.
I mean, like everyone's talked about it, you know, like especially when the whole thing with Malin was going down. Like as the owner of that channel, as the host, as a professional, as someone who used to be / still is currently friends with all these people, there's so many different better ways that he could have handled everything that's gone down over the past few weeks, and it just feels like when you think he can't like double or triple down anymore, he figures out a new way to do just that. Like I can't remember who said it, but someone was like, "Look, you know, you could take the Malin thing for what it is. He's bringing more people to your channel and possibly more subscribers and possibly more money. You could take it for what it is, and you could spin it to your advantage. Like you could make it like, okay, Malin's the platinum top tier, so who's the real winner going to be tonight? Like you could just roll with the punches."
I remember talking to Micah Curtis about it, and I said I would have just make it like Malin is Batman. You know, like the meme of Batman, not actual. You know, like
Yes.
the meme of Batman is that Batman doesn't lose, right? He always wins. So that would be the
Yes.
joke. Okay, Batman won again. So now who's going to, who's the real winner? You know, like that would be the joke. There's so many ways that I could like turn that into a joke and just make it funny. And
So, yeah, one of my favorite Batman meme jokes comes from I think it was a Short Pact, which was a fine web comic until the author decided that everybody in his comic had to be gay. Yeah, it's like every single character. Come on.
right.
And it was Batman's fighting fucking Darkseid with Superman, and he's got a fucking space helmet that doesn't cover his whole head. And they point that out, and they explain to him that he's Batman and he can breathe in space.
Well, I mean, come on.
Yeah, he'd figure out a way.
Yeah, it's fucking. So, Mr. Murphy, I got a question. I put a thing in our stream link sharing chat. What do you think of this picture, brother? I'm gonna do a little roca beer here. What do you think of this butt, brother? That's
I'm doing this stuff on my phone, so I can't see the screen. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to your
Just moving around a little bit.
stream. Yeah.
Hey guys, tell Murphy, since he's funded now, to buy a solid state drive for his laptop.
Oh, I just did.
There you go.
I did. That was how I started the day. I bought a new laptop.
Oh, you bought a new
Okay,
laptop.
dude.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just to get me through for like a year or so, and then like we were talking, I might have you walk me through building a PC.
there you go. I think you will. Yeah, Just you can do so much now with not a whole lot of money these days. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so loading it up.
It's stream link sharing. If you can see it, it'll.
That's actually one of the reasons why it bothers me that more people don't go into game development, because it's never been easier or cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally ruining this whole bit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes.
So
that is
Mhm.
that's a person.
that is he seems a little. Those eyes seem very dilated. Maybe
Did he just have a rib witch?
Well, the McRib isn't back in session right now.
Yeah, it is, and they're selling them 2 for 1 here in Oregon because they're not selling.
There you go. So it's like did this gentleman get his did he get his rib witch on before he went on the street?
Yeah, I did.
You know those cookies
We call
you've been
that the
munching
rib
down?
witch.
Hey guys,
Cookies you've been munching down on, laced with pure heroin. No wonder I couldn't eat just one.
it's like some people in the chat is like, why are they making fun of Mike Miller and this hairy man? I have a very good reason for especially this one. This is okay. Let me put it this way. Mike Murphy right here is being very subdued, considering some of the crap that he's gone through.
I still wear suits, man. I still wear suits.
Yeah. So on his behalf, if you don't mind, Mike, I'll do this for you.
Oh, you can say whatever you want, my friend.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna do a little razor fist for a second.
Okay.
Fuck you! I was right. 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 Okay.
We just got flagged.
Yeah, I don't care.
Copyright violation.
Was a razor fist going to come down on us? Like, I'll just report all these videos to CBS. What do you think of that? Fuck him. I got Method Van Scrabbles on my side. Who's he got? Yeah. You see, exactly.
Yeah, it's a groan you can count on.
I'm back. Why is there a sex predator on the screen for this?
That is a gentleman named Edwin Boyette.
Okay. Is he another Comics Kit guy?
Yes. Well,
Why
was.
does he all look so creepy?
In a way.
He's been into some scams and schemes, and there might have been a point in which he tried to use a certain individual who is a guest on our channel tonight to gaslight something, and still continues to do so, I might add. I saw a little bit of his debate with Adam Friended, which that was, I don't know if you saw any of that, but that was hilarious.
I saw a little bit, and I'm going to be watching more of it later tonight because me and Adam are going to be talking tomorrow morning, actually.
Okay.
And all this stuff is going to come up all over again.
Yes. I hope you are going to share the whole story there, I hope.
Yeah. I ran it. Like, I'm still not going to name names, but I ran it past everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much everyone was like, no, like, full transparency, just say what happened.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's reminding me of Crispin Glover in like Willard, where he's like a creepy sex pervert.
Dude, you know what's crazy? Have you ever seen Ghost World?
No.
Oh, okay. Has anyone seen Ghost World?
I'm not there
Parts
yet.
of it. It was a long fucking time ago, so
Okay.
I remember nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna do something real
Okay.
quick before you go, Mike. I have a feeling me, Raptro, and Mr. Beethan, all looked at Xavier when he said, "Anybody here seen Ghost World?" We're like, Xavier.
He's the only one that seems to be on top of literally everything since like the fucking 90s,
Okay.
Yeah.
or the 80s.
That's not inaccurate.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Mr. Murphy.
All right. Well, basically, there's a crazy, creepy guy in a wheelchair in the coffee shop that one of the main characters works in, and that's Crispin Glover's dad.
Yeah.
And he's just just put like long stringy hair on Edwin, give him big Coke bottle glasses, and that's Crispin Glover's dad.
So, yeah.
I'm telling you, for the Ghost World fans in the audience, they are howling right now.
Yeah, for all of them.
all Xavier and
Yep, exactly.
And he's kind of thinking, he has to think about it for a little bit.
I know I've seen the movie. It's just been a long fucking time.
Man in Lunacy, I'm gonna argue with you. Methwin does not sound like a 60-year-old blot wizard. Methwin sounds like a fucking reject Conan the Barbarian, like, sorcerer who does nothing but turn, like, desert sand into, like, poison clouds of just addictive substances.
He just waves his hands in the air and screams meth.
I am. See, they all had they all had like those names, like it was something the terrible or something. So it'd be like had to be like Methwin the, I don't
The
know,
ludicrous.
Methwin the ridiculous.
Methwin the addictive.
The Methwin the addictive.
Methwin
There
the
you
Burn.
go.
I will burn these sands until they're the tastiest of all glass.
Methwin the madman. Methwin the high. Oh, the chat's getting in on it now.
Methwin the
Now
maniac.
it's just taking on a life of its own.
Of course. I mean, I have no control over it.
I
at
think
this point.
Methwin the High Wizard works, but
Methwin the high wizard. No, it's not a station. It's not a station, guys. It's a.
Methwin, Archwizard of the Order of Tweak.
shout out to fucking Medicare, or however the fuck you pronounce your fucking terribly misspelled name for the John Carter Ghost of Mars reference.
Yeah.
Fucking, but also fuck you. Don't make me remember that movie.
Don't insult our chat, please. What am I
I'm
kidding?
not insulting the entire chat, just that one fucking guy.
All I remember about that movie is there was Ice Cube, and somehow nanomachines on Mars and drugs make them not take you over, and motherfuckers are throwing saw blades like boomerangs, and it was fucking cool.
Oh no, it is cool, but it's also like,
Really shit.
oh, John Carter, why would you choose to do this?
Carpenter.
Or, yeah. No, I like
Well-
to think it's John Carter.
Well, I
First
mean,
movie
he didn't
directed.
though. He didn't though. Like, you heard that story, right? Like, the last day of filming, he just walked out of the set, walked off the set, and said, "Fuck it, film it yourselves."
Did he? I don't fucking know. They put his name on it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's still his movie, but yeah, like he hated that whole process and just walked off the set at the end.
What'd they do? Fucking try and run his movie for him?
Well, I mean, you figure if it's the last day of filming, it's probably just like pickup shots and like a few other small things. So I'm sure like the DP could have like finished it off.
Wait, there's no way that guy's only 45. That's
Wait,
like
who? Carpenter?
Edwin?
Oh.
I was
Yeah.
like, no, Carpenter's an old man, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna fucking steal this. I'm gonna deep fry it, and we're gonna turn him into a nightmare for you.
Yeah, but don't forget that no matter how old he is, Carpenter is still a madman on synthesizer, doing and a
Yes, he
guitar,
is.
do his own soundtracks.
Yeah, in his band with his son. That's pretty cool.
I still listen to the Escape from New York soundtrack sometime. It's good.
Nice.
The one that includes audio from the movie.
No, not that one. Just the opening sequence.
Yeah.
I love that one.
I have that one. I have a numbered limited edition soundtrack for Big Trouble in Little China, which apparently he did half of by himself. Like they did have a composer do some composering, but most of the music was him.
I didn't.
That's why in the opening track, you only hear like 2 instruments, guitar and synthesizer.
Bitter One in the chat he makes a very good point. Yes, but can he do Wonderwall? This is a very important question. It's like I almost had to unsubscribe from Sweetcast because he's playing his guitar and he didn't play Wonderwall. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you? It's a law of the internet that if you bring a guitar to a live stream, you have to do Wonderwall.
I feel like he would start to do it like on his synthesizer, and then halfway through the intro, he would just start fucking around and write his own song. And then by the end of it, he's got to make a movie for this song to go into.
Red.
Boys, we have some deep fried methuen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot the fucking lens flares.
No, it's fine. I like it like this. It's great. That's I like how he's like with this. His mouth just disappears. Like he's just.
For some reason, I went for creepy, and apparently turning a creepy guy into like deep fried shit is just a Radiohead cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I used to own that album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I like that. It's really good. You know, it's like unlike War Campaign, we spend more than 5 minutes on our memes.
That wasn't 5 minutes.
I'm joking. And it's a little dig on. I like, anybody who's here from War Campaign. I love War Campaign. I think they're funny. Just wish they would blend their memes a little better. That's all. Use that sharpen tool. Get in there and like a little, deep fried meth is the best kind of meth. I mean, that's good point. It's a good point.
I couldn't fucking tell you.
Never had meth?
No, not personally.
Oh, okay. You ever been high, son?
I live in a state where getting high is actually completely legal. So.
Well,
you
notice he didn't answer.
Yeah.
But you notice he didn't answer my question. I asked him, "Did he ever been high, son?" And he's just like, "Well, in my state." I'm like, "That's not what I asked, though." I mean, Yeah, you ever rock that ganj, son? You ever did that wacko tobacco? I'm trying to purposely be an old man, and you're ruining my gimmick here.
Yeah.
I will say it is always fun when you're hanging out with somebody and it's their first time either being drunk or their first time being high. And they don't understand what's happening to them, or they have the expectation of what high is going to be like. And that doesn't happen. It's like, am I high yet? I don't know. Am I feeling it yet? I don't know. And they just start getting like really fucking hyper. And it's like, there he goes. It's just running. I remember this guy. He got high for the first time, and literally he was up and out of the kitchen the entire time trying to figure out if he was high. And we just sat there and we fucking laughed at him. Like, you're gonna feel a lot better if you just sit down and just mellow out and enjoy it.
Joe Frago added to your thing, where you said the first time being high or first time being drunk. He said, or the first time being gay. So I don't know why we're bringing Cab up, but
Yeah.
It's whatever. I mean, In fact, we've determined last night. We asked a very important seer and sage about Cab's homosexuality, and guys, we may have been wrong the entire time. Yeah. It turns out, according to the great sage Wildbot, Cab is not gay, and apparently very soon he will have him a very big-breasted, gothic Japanese girlfriend.
Hey.
That's a hat trick.
Yeah, I mean that's like, where do you go? How you go wrong there, brother? You did it. You did it.
Right.
Just remember, if you're having gay sex with Cab, you're the one who's gay. I mean, you're the one that's balls deep in a dude.
That's true. I mean, let's see.
What's that Brian Posehn joke? It's not gay as long as you're yelling out Slayer the entire time.
Yeah. Let's see. How many? Bob Mike. How many were that? How many of those memes did we come up with during 2016 when 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 CNN and was it Vice and all those came out with those articles that says you cannot be gay and be conservative. You only have sex with men.
He's a straight dude that bangs guys.
Yeah.
Over 100.
Yeah. They said something like,
Most of them from Cab.
most of the man are about Cab.
Let's be real.
Yeah. Well, he didn't help. He helped his case because he kind of, said a lot of them online. Where.
I swear to God, the next motherfucker to call me gay, I'm gonna suck his dick.
Yeah. That's a quote. That's an actual quote. He said, "Just because I rub baby oil over my bro." and then we give ourselves deep tissue massages. Does not mean I'm gay.
Rub my beard all over my bro's butt cheeks.
Yep. What he calls himself, the fucking Fuller Brush Man.
I think so.
Oh. So yeah, Cab's gay.
Rub your shoulder blades together.
Yeah. Little. Just a little back to back. No big deal.
Right.
If you're naked, that's, whatever, right?
Butt cheeks lightly touched just for a moment.
Just for a moment.
I zoned out of the conversation for a second. Then I heard rub your shoulder blades together, and I tried it. And I was like, my spine's getting in the way.
No, with your bro, man, not you, not yours.
Yeah, I realized that now as soon as you said the other. But I was.
Man, I wish you'd said that earlier.
Now my arms are broken.
Raptor was like, well, you know what? This is great, but now I have to have shoulder surgery.
I really should have taken my fucking Ritalin today.
Yeah. Having a hard time focusing. And especially after seeing this picture. Holy God.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Is this
There's
like
the Edwin I know?
Is this like as he's like this is like as the meth is going in, like it's getting inhaled?
Yes.
You can see like it's creeping his nose, and then as it's going in his hair and everything, his eyes bug out and his hair starts changing colors and everything. That's I love it. This is great.
In hindsight, it's hilarious because I picture I step outside myself and I look at myself and I must imagine what it was like for everyone else who was in that chat.
Mm-hmm.
And there's me just being like, hey buddy, do you want to have a talk for a few minutes? We got to clear up some of this Indie-Cron stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts and all of a sudden he just goes into drill instructor mode and you're like, where'd you go, buddy?
Yeah, who is this and what have you done with Edwin, right?
What happened to Papa Christmas?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what happened to Mr. Nice Man,
Yeah.
Well,
no more Mr. Nice Mess.
Mr. Nice Man. Oh, Methan, you're so funny. God, what was it? Because the other night while watching, I don't know if you ever got to the part in his discussion. I mean, some people might call it a discussion. Some people call it debate. I call it a murder, because I'm going to give Adam Friended a big credit where it's due. He does something. He did something that I wish all people who get into debates would do. Do not let somebody sidetrack it.
Sure.
Stay on the subject we're talking about, and he did that. And more people like like Sargon of Akkad. And people like that would do that more often. They might do better in debates. I'm just saying.
Sure. Sure.
But no,
He thought he was going to have a political career.
Oh, was he? Oh, Mr. Sargon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny. Like, I know people who are his like friends, like direct friends, and even they call him the soy father.
Oh, no.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah.
Is the soy father.
Oh God, they're talking about fudge in the chat. What do I do?
Oh, no. Ban him. Ban him.
No, I can't ban him. He's a mod. We just keep timing each other out. It's like,
Here you go.
Uh-oh. Do we have a new creation?
Yeah.
Oh!
Robot Toad and Iguanatron going to Edwin's house.
Guys, we have been informed that Robotoad and Iguanatron are here to stop the meth business.
Will they arrive in time?
No, they're there. They made it. For once, they're right on time.
This book is just writing itself, man.
I mean, yeah.
Oh no, Robotoad, he's already made the meth.
What I need to do, I need to find a good headshot of Methwin so you can add his head into shots, because I know that one's not a real good one because it's all to the side. Like, Let me open my WeberNet Explorer so nobody sees what I'm doing.
Or like that, what's that shot that he always uses from when he was younger where he's lifting weights or something?
Oh yeah,
Just have him full figure standing on top of the RV.
Yeah. Got to keep a pump on. Apparently, there's an Edwin McCain out there somewhere.
Oh, that poor bastard to share a name.
Yeah, the two names you got to share, right? It's okay. I'm just going to point out something here. I'm put it in the chat here, and then also put it on the thing. Let that load up. My man, get a new pose. These are the top 3 or top 4 search results when you look up Methwin. Also, you look better with the beard. Don't ever shave again.
Yeah, he's in a catch-22 with that beard situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh,
wow.
I found that picture you're looking at, but it's kind of blurry.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of blurry. Oh. Oh, if it was just a little bit to the side, that would be perfect. Nah, that's too pixelated. Him standing under a light. Looks like he's let's get yeah.
Oh, that helps.
Actually, yeah, this will be a good one to grab from. Here you go, Raptro. You can peel a headshot out of that, I think, as it's loading up. Let's see what in the chat's all like. This is boring. Let's just say Raptro makes them.
You're watching the donuts get made live.
Yeah, exactly. Because
it's like Dunkin' Donuts, but for memes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Jones joins the Iguanatron and Robot Toads. You're right. To stop Methwith from turning the friggin' frogs gay. Is that that's the gimmick, right? Like he's trying to, since he's trying to get rid of the like gay people, he said, well, if I put all the gay on the frogs, right?
Right. Right.
then none of the gay will be on the humans anymore. So then at that point he's done God's work.
That's some meth logic there that actually works.
Iguanotron looks like he would sound like Godzilla reeing. Yeah. I can see Iguanotron like being always upset about something.
Oh, I don't know if we ever showed off like the continuation of like some of the ones that were made.
Oh, it like
The war games.
the space colony one and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah, those were funny. It does look like Iguanotron in this picture. It looks like Iguanotron's going to eat the chemicals.
Yes.
He's like, ah. Let's see. Yeah. Just peel that face off of there, Rapture. Just peel it right off.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah.
Today, even.
Yeah. Just peel that face right off. Okay. So let's look at this again. Look at this again. Any more? You make any more money? Man, Ethan goes offline and like, nobody wants to spend any more money. But hey, you're funded, so we're good, right? Like that's
Right.
yeah.
Where's Piper? I don't know.
We don't want to be greedy here, ladies and gentlemen. I just Raptra.
What?
I just noticed one what you called the
file name?
yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of Easter eggs hidden
Yeah.
in things like that.
This particular one is called Creepy Sex Pervert.
That's multi-layer memeing. That's the sign of a true meme smith there.
Yep. And this one is just meth.png, which, self-explanatory. And this one is Trip to Edwin's House. I thought Hawaii would look a lot different than this.
No, this is near the volcano.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, hey, man. That's the thing, man. If you're gonna, if your RV blows up, just blame it on a volcano. It wasn't meth. I wasn't cooking meth. I was definitely not cooking meth in here. Where is Piper? The show is better when I can hear those massive milk. Jesus. She is not feeling well. She will be back next week. She promises. She will be back next week. Definitely.
One day she'll actually get her kid to sleep, and then she can come hang out with us.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she give her kid a baba and a diaper change, and get nice and comfortable and go to sleep.
Oh my god, I can't believe Edwin has more guests at his house.
This one we got to zoom in on a little bit. Like, we got some Apaches coming in.
Don't actually zoom in on the helicopters. I just grabbed where the fuck I could.
So what now?
Don't zoom in too far on the helicopters.
He's ashamed of the helicopters.
No, they're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go like super indie. No,
Turns
what if
out
it's like a
Ro-
fucking like 3D model from a PS1 game?
Oh yeah, I could tell.
Robotoad was wearing a wire. That's the raid.
Methwin is
think-
shocked that this robot toad and this giant robot iguana, I have foiled his plans.
No,
Especially-
he's trying to figure out if they're even really there.
True. Yeah. He's still studying the matter. You can tell. You can see the look on his face. He's like, I don't know. I mean, come on, Robot Toad. He's saying "frick yeah." I mean, he's got it on his chest. It's like "frick yeah."
Yep.
I want
So
to.
like, maybe I shouldn't have cut that meth with Drano.
If this was like in England, Robot Toad and Iguanotron would be showing up. It's like, "Oi, you got your meth license."
Hey, Governor, put the meth down.
No, officer, I don't have my license, which is a good thing, though, since you don't exist.
I
Vanish.
bid you good day.
I
Carry
say,
on, then.
I say to you, good day, sir. Why aren't you leaving? Oh,
Why are
man.
you leaving?
Let's see, chat. Oh, look, Iguanatron. I mean, yeah, that's he's the hero of the day, right? I mean, like,
Hey, he's the people's favorite.
yeah. Robot Toad and Iguanatron are just trying to stop the fentanyl crisis by cooking up some real meth. That it's supply and demand, right? I mean, if you have more meth, then less fentanyl will be, being used. Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Not to get off on too much of a tangent, but did you guys see El Camino?
Yes,
No.
What did you think?
I enjoyed it. Always liked it.
I did too. I thought it was a victory lap more than anything for Vince Gilligan.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it was needed necessarily, but I mean, after what they pulled off, I'm like, all right, go on, take it.
Yeah. You're allowed this. You're allowed. Need some material to drive home to keep me company. Oh, we got you, Mr. Lawyer Bot. The Lawyer Bot. Okay. Yeah, we got you.
That's my job.
Iguanatron. I can't break these cuffs. Well, he's got these little. Iguanatron's kind of like a Tyrannosaurus. He's got them little arms. He's trying to.
Right.
Yeah.
Robo-Toad, I can break these cuffs. No, you can't break those cuffs. Ah!
Why is Iguanatron suddenly Cookie Monster? Edwin totally has his high school age assistant chained up in that camper, but it's not for cooking the meth. Oh no!
Oh no,
Right.
my god! I can't believe you would do this in Minecraft.
I mean, strange things happen in Minecraft, brother. Strange things. What's this? Is that not this? Oh, it's the Streamlabs things. Okay. It's like, but I thought I saw the comment. It was the Streamlabs. So like, okay. oh, meth one. Oh, speaking of TV stuff. So HBO Watchmen.
Oh god! My girlfriend and I watched it. It was like, is
brother,
this a
I'm
comic
noticing a
thing?
pattern here.
My girlfriend likes really bad fucking shows.
Yeah, I think it might be time to trade up, dude.
She got really mad at me because she was watching something on TLC and it had to deal with like little people, and like one little person pushed another little person off a boat
And let me guess.
skipped like a stone.
And let me guess, you laughed, didn't you?
I fucking laughed so hard, and she's like, "That's so mean." And I'm like, "Yeah, but he bounced."
So he actually skipped like a stone.
Yeah. Which I thought was hilarious. Like, regular sized people only like bounce once. This dude had like at least 3 or 4.
He skipped.
He skipped. That's great. Was it
If he
like
bounces once, it's a tragedy. If he bounces 3 or 4 times, it's comedy.
exactly?
Like the best part is he didn't do like any flips or anything, so it wasn't like, oh god, he could hit his head. It's like, no, he's on his back, just bouncing.
So it was just like a little. It was like a little kind of thing. Like,
Yeah. He had a vest on. It was fine.
he wasn't gonna drown. Whatever. Dark Griff Comics presents in the chat. What's up? What's up? Hello, hello. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hello.
Got Mr. Mike Murphy on tonight with his newly funded campaign, like less than an hour ago.
Yes.
Some weird frog merchant talked about it for like 5 minutes, and then he got funded.
Yep.
400 was a little over $400 in 5 minutes, right? Like,
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I like the big one was someone bought one of the original pages from Kristen.
oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So that combined with like 7 or 8 like regular purchases put us like way over.
See what somebody needs to do. Let's see if you still got it up here. Buy this one. Buy the Schemes and Scams special for $872.
You'll get your money's worth.
Yeah. Which I found funny because I was like, did he? Yeah, he did. You took the exact amount you needed to fund and put that as a tier, didn't you?
Yeah.
At the time.
Well, okay. So that was the exact amount that I needed, but that was also the exact amount that was hung over my head.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I knew that I wanted to do something when we got down to that number, but I didn't know what.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought of that in the moment, and I'm like, yeah, that works.
Time for a scheming and a scheme.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, I wanted to say I was watching Ethan's stream when it was going on, and all of a sudden there's this guy, you might have heard of him. His name's Donald DeLay.
Yeah.
In the chat, he was saying, "Am I doing something for this book? I can't remember."
Yes, Donald, you might be.
And then he said, "Oh, right, one of the stretch goals. Yes, fund this book so I get paid."
Yeah, Donald's great.
Yeah, I think he's got a few irons in the fire right now, so I can see.
Oh
why
yeah, no, I get it, man.
yeah. He's trying to finish 2 books right now, pretty much.
Right, and to be fair, like I asked him more than 2 months ago now, so
Yeah.
like I'm not surprised he forgot about it.
Yeah. It was funny because like when Ethan was going through it, he was like reading the stretch goal, and he goes like he said a trading card by Ethan Van Sciver. Yeah, that's great. I think it was.
I want to have that level of confidence one day.
Well, it's like you're.
Like, F, yeah, Mike's gonna script your book.
Yeah, it's like finally, God, it's gonna be good this time. I see you use the Cyberfrog image, which is a smart idea, but I always think about what Sweens did on theirs. They just put a book cover, but put Ethan's face on it.
Right.
I told him, I said, dude, just sell that. Don't even like get a sketch cover. Don't even get a cover. Just put his face on your book.
Right.
And then he started talking about his third nipples and stuff, and it got weird.
Right.
Yeah. Piper loves that story. Apparently, she was it like, guys, the other week she said something like, she said, I still think about third nipples. Speaking of,
we didn't even bring it up in the conversation.
yeah. It's like,
She got
speaking of oddity, and Indie Dave Comics is in the chat. Hello, Indie Dave. Good to see you.
What up?
Hey.
Hello, Independent David.
Why'd you always got to be the weird one?
That's why he pays.
Indie Dave is a great guy.
Yeah. Edward in the chat said, what's a third nipple? Apparently Sweens, who's on the Project Oddity, has well, how did he put it, guys? He said he has multiple. It was like he has multiple nipples, not just a third one.
Mm-hmm.
He had like multiple nipples that would grow on his body. He thought they were moles, but they were actually nipples.
Yeah, like multiple degrees of nipples. Like
Yeah. That's what Piper like. It's like third degree nipples.
They go by DEF CON stages.
Yeah. We're DEFCON 6 nipples everywhere. That's usually
His
not
whole
a
body's
bad
just
thing.
Covered in them.
Yeah, it's usually not a bad thing, but in this situation, it's horrible.
He's more nipple than man.
Yeah, his eyes are nipples.
Ew.
What are you laughing about?
Fuss it.
Oh, is this an update? Ah! Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we have an update on the case. It turns out
It was a sting.
It was a sting. It turns out Robot Toad and Iguanatron were working for the Phoebes. I just like that a Robot Toad's hat is it's just lowercase.
Yeah.
Right.
And Edwin is very upset over there. He's-
I like the idea that he's like, "You guys are all right," and like he blinks, and they're just wearing all it.
yeah. That would be him coming off the high. Like
Right.
he blinks and he comes off the high, and they're like, he finds out they're federal agents. It's like, oh shh. God, the only thing that made this funnier is we had like, fucking Gibbs from NCIS somewhere, just somewhere. Or you could have like that was it Raptro's favorite scene from that show where they're both trying to stop the hacking by both
With the fucking keyboard, yeah.
with the keyboard typing on it at the same time.
Right.
That's
right.
because that's how you stop hacks. That's how it's done.
Yeah, they needed to hack faster so two people operate the same keyboard.
Okay. Yeah. Dark.
McGee, help her out.
Okay. Here's an animated version for you. For Dark Griffs. He said he missed it. This was the original picture that Raptro made of Robot Toad and Iguanatron going to Edwin Boyette's house. So Edwin got comfortable. He took his mask off, kind of chilling out a little bit. He's talking to Robot Toad and Iguanatron, not noticing the Apaches coming in. But then he blinks and finds out that they're FBI agents. I like how I was able to kind of animate that too. That was kind of funny. Like, you can make a GIF out of this. Like, you got that, then this happens, and bam. Yeah, we were supposed to be talking about Watchmen, weren't we? Just a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, it's awful.
Oh,
Fucking
do we
don't
have
watch
to?
it.
Yeah, I don't think really anyone wants to, but
Yeah.
I'd rather talk about
our
that
duty.
little person fucking falling, getting and skipping like a stone than
yeah.
talk about Watchmen. It's not even like a race thing for me. It's just like
Bad.
it's really, yeah.
Mhm. From the synopsis I read of it, like of that episode, and this is somebody who was trying to be favorable to it. It just sounded terrible.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna watch it tonight.
Mhm.
But like I know all the broad strokes of it, and man, if you ever wanted to make a show that was the complete opposite of what the source material was, like it sounds like he nailed it.
Yeah.
What I don't get right is they've made the cops the good guys
Yeah.
when like
The whole point of fucking Watchmen was talking about authoritarianism and
yeah
how it becomes a bad thing if you let it go unchecked. Like.
Yeah, and if we're going down the path of their, like quote unquote narrative, like, well, shouldn't the cops be the worst of the worst in this world? Like,
Mhm.
given everything else that you're trying to play off of in 2019?
Yeah. I mean, this whole
I
like
don't know, man.
the whole thing, did they ban? They just banned technology. They
Right.
they basically went MIB with it, right? If you remember one of the from especially they didn't touch on it much in the movies, but in like the comics and in the cartoon back in the day, how MIB would they would have alien technology and they would slowly introduce it into the populace,
Right.
Like
Right,
Velcro
yeah.
and
Velcro and the microwave and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did an episode of that in the series.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like because something. Oh yeah, it was like the brain enhancer or something like that. And Was it Jay got a hold of it and he actually became so smart but his brain was going to hemorrhage and die. He was going to die.
Yep.
Yeah. But this is one of the plots is like people are scared of technology because Dr. Manhattan causes cancer. They took that plot point from the movie and, of course, the comic, where, he was framed for causing cancer. And they're trying to say since Dr. Manhattan made all the lithium and that we use for our battery powered stuff, we need to get rid of all of the lithium battery powered stuff.
Oh boy. Okay.
That included the cars that they were driving because remember everything was battery powered by that point.
Yeah.
And so basically it was a way so they could just get back to like using gasoline vehicles and shit.
That's fucking stupid.
Do they at least give like a title crawl at the beginning of this or something for like
No.
the majority of people out there who are going to be watching this that have no idea what happened in the comic?
No.
So this is a sequel or a reimagining?
No.
It's a.
I'm serious. It's like fucking in between the movie and the comic. Like, because there's like interdimensional attacks and shit happening. There's like.
Even in the book, that was fake.
Yeah, that's what's funny about it. That's funny because they took that plot from the book, but I guess they didn't really need to continue from the series, from the movie. But you would think that would be a better source material than because it doesn't make sense. Like it makes more sense to me if they use the movie because the movie, remember they blamed the whole cancer thing and everything, but then they blamed the whole explosion on Dr. Manhattan. So
right.
To me, that would make more sense to like get rid of all the technology that he helped had a hand in creating.
Exactly, but if you're sticking with the fake alien squid, whatever.
There's really no reason to. I mean, it works in the sense of a comic book, having the squid be there, because it's better than just an explosion. It's something that most people haven't seen. Squid makes everyone go insane, fucking liquefies their brain, or they go insane and die from it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a little bit more interesting than just an explosion. For the sake of a movie, the amount of work that Adrian put into the Tachyon research just to set all of this up, and then he also has to make a giant fucking squid that releases a psychic attack when it dies, and a teleporter. It's like, no, just make a bomb.
Right.
Yeah.
You're working too hard, guy. Just make a bomb.
I mean, yeah, there are a lot of things that could have been improved in the movie, obviously, but I was not adverse to what they did, as far as making it a bomb and then blaming it on Dr. Manhattan.
The one thing I will never forget is seeing Matthew Broderick for the first time, and he looks like Night Owl crawled off the page.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Rorschach without his mask on.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's like scene for scene, and that weird, awkward in the air sex scene.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that. Metacore in the chat says, imagine if the squid bomb actually got the attention of aliens and they invaded. Now, that would be a fun idea for a sequel.
Right.
Like,
you appropriated their culture.
Yeah. Him setting up that whole thing actually got the attention of real aliens, and they're like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. They actually don't explain, like, fucking anything in the show. I'd say wait till the thing's over.
I heard that even like what's her name? Janie? Like that I don't know if they show her character in the show or not, but like they explained that she like gave up being Silk Spectre and becomes quote the comedian.
So
no.
They haven't shown from the one episode that's out, only one of the characters from Watchmen shows up. It's Dr.
Right.
Manhattan. It's in a news thing. He's not actually part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it is purely about the Tulsa, Oklahoma Police Department.
Because that was a big part of the comic.
Also, they spend the first 10 minutes of Watchmen recreating the 1921 Tulsa race riots.
Yeah.
I really wish I was kidding, but I'm not.
But
And-
the whole like idea that she becomes, a thing for the comedian who she hated,
yeah,
even after finding out that like, yo, yeah, that's by the way, that's your father. She wouldn't just suddenly like, oh, that makes everything better, you know?
you know what? I was kind of okay with the diddling then.
Right?
Like,
Like, get out of here.
did they forget that like he attempted to diddle, or
I don't think he did
Just
that.
not read?
That wasn't in the
No, they were interrupted.
no. That was
Yeah.
not. That was not in the book. I don't know about the movie, but that was definitely not in the book.
In the book, yeah, I think he did try to get the original Silk Spectre, and then later on they actually got together, and it was like a willing thing.
It was a consensual
Yeah,
thing.
right.
Yeah. But as far as
Yeah.
like him and the younger one, he was just
No.
like saying, "Hey," and then her mom freaked out, and
He knew.
he knew, and he nearly dropped the bomb right there, but he stopped himself, right? Because he says, "Isn't it?" Because he said something like, "Isn't it okay for a guy to see?" And he kind of stops himself. He said,
His
old-
old friend's daughter.
"His old friend's daughter." Yeah, and then that's when their mother told her the story that she got raped by him, and
Right.
then but she never told the rest of the story where later on, just another subverting expectations. Yes, once again, we might have expected something good, but thanks, just like Ryan Johnson, we got something bad. Speaking of Star Wars,
Yeah, like it's just been a 1-2 punch this past couple of days with all this terrible stuff coming out.
yeah, it makes me, it's just so bad. I mean, I got a video planned about the Star Wars trailer, but I don't mind talking about it now.
oh
It's just-
yeah, no. I do have the other thing my girlfriend and I watched on Sunday,
Oh yeah.
episode 3 of Batwoman.
Oh.
I was hit repeatedly for laughing during that because they're doing Hush.
What?
Oh no.
Yeah, they're just like, fuck it, Batwoman has no villains, let's just use Batman shit.
She's even got to appropriate his villains.
Yeah, and the best part is Bruce Wayne and Batman are nowhere in the show, so there's no.
Yeah, I know the twist too, but that just pisses me off.
Sure.
Because then there was no point. Hush was like
Right.
one of the better like stories in the last 20 years from DC, in my opinion. It was one of those like longer arcs that you actually like. I want to see the next book.
Sure.
And the fact that they did what they did, and I kind of like, like I said, I'm trying to avoid spoilers. Anybody hadn't seen it, who wants to see it, but since the end, kind of know the twist and the ending. That character was fine where he was in the book.
And it's been like I haven't read Hush since it came out, so I should probably reread it at some point. But like I remember at the time thinking it was okay, but kind of let down after what Loeb managed to do with Long Halloween and Dark Victory.
Yeah.
But still, the original. I wouldn't say I didn't like the original reveal of who Hush is, but I remember thinking like, well, if they ever revisit this, I could see them using a different character, but not that one.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and this is going to the comic, so if you haven't in 15 years, if you haven't read the comic, then I'm sorry. But
Right.
when they had you thinking it was Jason,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, whoa, it's like because I've always said that was the test to see if they could actually bring him back.
Right. Yeah, no, that's what I thought the entire time. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, this has to be what it's building towards, because the other one is just such a red herring.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go with the red herring. And
Yeah.
then Loeb is like, hey, what if I went with the red herring?
Yeah. So, they had this whole build up, and then when you finally, they reveal, quote, Hush the first time, you thinking, oh shit, it's Jason Todd. Right?
Right.
And, he actually brings up the Lazarus Pit and all this other stuff. And then, it's like, and I'm thinking, I can't believe they did this. And of course, this is right after they brought Bucky back as Winter Soldier, in Marvel. So this was like 1-2 things. It's like, we were in the period, you remember, I'm sure you heard this. It's like there's like a few characters that you can never bring back to life, and that is Uncle Ben, Bucky, and Jason Todd.
Right.
Because their deaths just had too much impact, and you can't like negate that, right? And then all of a sudden, within the span of like 2 months, 2 of those 3 were back.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on Uncle Ben.
Yeah. Uncle Ben's gonna pop up.
He got brought back as an alternate universe Spider-Man.
I would just like
Spider-Man.
what if Uncle Ben showed up and he just did like the whole Mike Hagger thing from the English Final Fight ending where he goes like, I have one thing to say to you, Peter. I am disappointed.
I have one thing to say to you, Peter. What's that, Uncle Ben? Hail Hydra.
That would be even worse, actually. Oh no, my beloved uncle was a Nazi the whole time.
I want the timeline where it turns out that Peter Parker's dad was secretly Geese Howard the whole time.
You're telling me that Peter Parker is actually Rock Howard? Because I could get behind that.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, it's like Peter's not your real name. What? What's my real name? Rock. No, seriously, what's my real name? No, seriously, it's Rock.
So that's why my name's Peter. Then, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Now you got me hung up on the idea of like an alternate universe Uncle Ben, like story set during World War II where he is Spider-Man, and like adding this into the Spider-Verse too, which I don't think is ever going to happen. But if it did, like just having Uncle Ben as this golden age, like like adventure type character, it's kind of a good idea, man.
See that?
I would have him be like a spy, somebody that
write
could
that.
like scaling shit, and his code name was the Spider.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, get this. We need to get the info, so send the Spider kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
See, that's what you could tell. You could tell that there are writers here because, especially like you just came up with that off the top of your head, right? That's just that's a creative imagination. Like, I really appreciate people like that because I try to think like that because I've always like, what was it last night, guys? We were no. It was not. I don't think y'all were here, but it was like after that I was chilling with the boys, drinking some mics. No, I can't. I had to take that back and because Kappa would call me a. What did he tell me last night? Oh, Mike wasn't there. He called me a fucking liar because I said no. I said I didn't have any mics, like Mike's Hard Lemonade, right? Because I cracked one open, but I was cracking open a Dr. Pepper, and he says, "Is that some mics?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Get the fuck out." I'm like, "Ooh." I'm sorry. I broke protocol. Apparently. But anyway, we were like coming up with ideas for like Star Wars, like how to make it better. And one guy came in and said, "There's no way you can make that better." And they said, "No, actually, we've been doing pretty good." I would make Uncle Ben trans, according to Indie Dave Comics. Uncle Ben becomes the new Kraven the Hunter. Uncle open old Clone Saga wounds and have Uncle Ben be Jackal all along. Also, this is another thing about the Star Wars thing. Also, why the fuck did they bring the Y-wing back if they had bullshit reason to do away with them and use those shitty bombers in Episode 8? See,
they're bringing back all the old ships. I saw B-wings, I saw A-wings, and that big fleet fight that's coming up.
now my question is,
No, I think we might even have the same question. Like, ruling in the room, like the whole Red Letter Media thing, do you think there's going to be time travel or not?
It's possible because they established it in Rebels.
Mm.
All right.
Davis.
Not to get off topic, but
You.
well, I have a short story for you,
Okay.
continuing from what we've had.
Oh, we got a new
Okay.
new part.
The deepest lore.
This is actually a throwback joke.
Oh, who's that? Pay attention to the windshield. So it was the Terminator the whole time?
No, he's just heavily addicted to meth after his cocaine binge. That's the deepest throwback that
Yeah.
probably no one will remember. I barely did until I came across that.
It's
But
all
yeah,
a prequel to Dark Tomorrow or whatever the hell that movie's called.
This is a better story than Dark Tomorrow.
Dark Fate.
Fuck you. Or
Dark.
Yeah, Dark Fate.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that drivel that's coming, essentially.
Oh wait, no,
Yeah.
Dark Tomorrow is that really shitty Batman game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're right.
I like that. Oh, that's so funny. This image that you just put is funny because like Iguanodon's having trouble because he can't really transfer sand that well. And what's funny to me is like not only is like Robotoad the only one that's like be able to keep up with the Terminator is walking in circles because he's so coked out. Like, I can see Iguanodon, hurry, Robotoad, he's getting away. And Robotoad's like, no, he's fine. He's just running in circles. I'm just kind of watching him until he powers down.
Right.
It's going to be okay.
Just gonna let him do his thing.
Yeah, just make him feel better about himself kind of thing,
Right.
Let's see where we got here. Episode 9 is turning out to be a huge disappointment. Indy Dave says, I would bring Porkins back, but he would be an African-American lesbian. Yellow Lantern also says Biggs and Wedge are trans lesbian, biracial, agender lovers. That's hefty right there. It's pretty hefty. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. What am I thinking? Oh, but yeah, about the time travel thing. Yes, It is definitely a possibility because in Rebels, especially I think it's the last 3 or 4 episodes of Rebels, they actually establish that you can go through time.
Yeah, there's time fuckery and whatever the kid's name saves Ashoka from.
Yeah, Ezra.
That's it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
If you made it a force power to where you're kind of projecting yourself onto yourself in the past, so there's a fucking limit to it.
Yeah.
And
like-
kind of, yeah.
All right, yeah, because okay, so here's what I was thinking, trying to add on to that whole mess, because I'm with Mike from Red Letter, just make it as stupid as you possibly can, because who even cares at this point?
Yeah.
I say that the opening of the movie is the big final battle, and the big final battle is just them on their horses, because that's all they have.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you remember at the end of Last Jedi, it's 12 people in a room.
Yeah.
And my theory is the entire movie is just Rey going back and making sure that shit doesn't go as terrible as it did, so that the real final stand is all the ships gathered together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a feeling. My feeling is all the all those Star Destroyers are not going to be First Order. They're going to be actually rebels. Or that's my feeling. I don't know why. It's just the kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Sure.
That because one of the things in Rebels, I think Xavier, you watched all the Rebels, didn't you?
No, I
did
watched
not?
all of Clone Wars.
Okay, but one of the things they had talked about in Rebels was getting ships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need ships, and they were talking about like bringing in the Mon Cala to because they, besides the Empire, they probably had the best shipyards.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
where would be a better way to get a bunch of fucking ships that we need to win this war? I'm sure there's some Imperial Star Destroyers somewhere out there that we could probably get. They surely couldn't have all been scrapped.
That is a plot line from the original Thrawn trilogy. I think the first book.
Mm-hmm.
Where basically, I could be remembering it wrong. So if anybody remembers the details of it, please correct me.
Mm-hmm.
They had something that would let them basically, if they could set it up, let them remote control some Star Destroyers.
Mm-hmm.
And the Star Destroyers were like already done at this shipyard. Some of them were being either decommissioned or were being converted over for use by the New Republic.
Mm-hmm.
And they came in and made off with like 20 of them or 30 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'd also perfected that small scale cloaking device.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, they already erased it, Thrawn, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, but that means there's that whole plot that doesn't exist anymore and wasn't a bad idea.
Yeah.
Remember,
It's also possible none of this matters because if any of those leaks are true, they're refilming like a third of the movie right now.
Well, one of the discussions we had last night
didn't the
was
movie come out in like 5 weeks?
yeah, but
Well, I mean,
go ahead. Yeah.
if you look at what they did with Solo, I mean, most of Solo just takes place against like a smoky blue screen.
It's true. But no, like one of the things we said was like what bugged me in one of the leaked pictures.
Another
In Rebels,
continuation
right?
of The story.
Okay.
In the Discord.
Okay.
Where's Bethwin?
Is Edwin hiding in the back?
Oh yeah,
He's back at the trailers.
oh
He's not the one
okay.
who booked it.
oh. he's still kind of like
He
I don't know.
accepted his fate.
Yeah, he's so we got the Terminator and his white Bronco running away. And we got Iguanatron running point on the
If you look in the car, not immediately behind, but like back into the
And then
left.
the Roboto's just chilling on the hood over there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Robotoad's like chilling on the hood. You
No,
know.
Iguanatron still can't fucking keep up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because he's kind of a big boy. You know. It's hard for him to get around in regular society, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know. Let's see what the chat says. Oh no, they don't even care anymore. Chat's not even paying attention to us. We'll give you gold.
Yeah, no, this is great. Fuck you. I feel like I'm underappreciated here.
Yeah. Everybody give Raptro a round of applause. I mean, it's like, come on, congratulations.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Oh, I don't care about you people. I want the chat on my side. Then I can turn them against you later. I'll lead a fucking revolt.
Oh, you're
I'll
gonna do
it.
it. You're gonna do the chat rebellion.
Sure, I don't fucking care.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could do it, but you might end up like the folks in Mike Miller's chat and get banned.
Right.
To be real with you guys, this is actually like the third version of this. I skipped a couple potential like little interpieces.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like they weren't going to be appropriate.
Oh God.
So we're just skipping to the chase portion.
Yeah. I just like the big question I would have: how to get out of the desert?
Right.
And what happened to Robotron?
Is the inappropriate stuff Iguanatron planting the glove?
Oh.
You were actually very close.
Okay.
I want to know what happened to Robotoad's hat in the middle of all this. He just lost
He's
it.
on a car.
But he's a robot
really-
too. You could.
Okay. I mean,
Robots don't lose things.
Yeah.
well, this Terminator's losing his shit.
Well, he's on meth. That's a little different. The methanator over here, it's kind of hard to...
Oh God. So, Mike, since you weren't here months and months and months ago, for this original thing, I forget what we were talking about, like the trailer to Terminator Dark Fate being released or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like one of the first things I ever did for this show, and I whipped it up so fucking quick.
I seem to remember this vaguely now. Yeah.
Yeah, if I can find the original, because I still have.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Tank Bowl. There we go. Here it is, because it's a PNG. It's this. This is the introduction to this character to the show.
Oh yeah, because we had a good laugh because of like A, how creepy those teeth look.
Yeah.
And B, the way he's just staring at that Coke. Like he's just like,
Yeah. So that's where this fucking Terminator is coming from. His life's just he was sent back in time probably to kill somebody, but he sold his skin for drugs.
Mm-hmm. Yellow Lantern says, so Raptro wants to lead a rebellion against Graded Point 5. Does that make him the Tom Morello of this chat?
Oh yeah, no, can't wait to go to Disneyland and have them hand me a fucking stick.
But
And be like, oh, we don't get Republicans here.
oh, by the way, we also hate everything and Anarchy Now and
Yeah.
all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never been to Disneyland or Disney World,
Mm-hmm.
but I've heard that like all the actors like have to be in character, right?
Yeah.
Yep, all the time.
So like what happens if you just walk up to a stormtrooper and be like, "Hey, I went to the cantina. They handed me this badge. It was this specific guy." Like, do
Would
the
they
stormtroopers
go
have
arrest
to
him?
go in there and just arrest him?
That
Because
would be,
I want that to happen.
that would be such a like funny, cool
Good
thing to
Easter
happen.
egg.
Yeah, that would be a nice little Easter egg. We'll take care of it, sir.
And then you follow them in there. They're dragging the guy out by his arms. He's
Yeah.
kicking and screaming. The
Mhm.
children are crying.
Well, it's
That-
a bar.
that would-
It's a bar.
Oh, is it an actual bar?
Yeah, it's the adult portion of the area.
Yeah,
Then
but,
that's even sadder.
and it would still be funny.
Yeah.
Bunch of drunk.
Sorry about this, boys. I gotta run.
Oh, okay.
Rip.
Oh heck!
What a weenie.
Look at Blake Chungus.
No, Giant Chungus is in the images we've been showing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let me look at this one more time. So now I guess now it's all about stretch goals, yeah. For
Yeah, that's what we're going to be building towards. I mean, there's still stuff that I've got planned, coming up for this weekend, and
Mhm.
I think I might take a couple days off because it's been a very long 2 months.
yeah, exactly.
And
And also, and now
after.
and now you'll be trending
Go
too,
ahead.
so that'll be a good thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Like, first up, we got to hit 8K. I gotta give Ethan some work. I know
Yep.
he needs it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's struggling right now, starving artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get that out of the way. I'm really hoping we can hit 10K because I would like to deliver this book in full color.
Yeah.
And like the next big one. So ultimately, I mean, look, the capitalist in me wants to hit all the stretch goals,
Mhm.
but if I could, I would at least like to get to 18K because I would really like to give people that book with a bike.
Stretch goal, and then keep adding stretch goals. Like 'cause that
Yeah.
means we are growing. Because that's what I want to see. I want to
Yeah.
see, especially a smaller independent creator like yourself, and of course
Right.
Christian, and of course your wife, and all those wonderful people behind this. I want to see this succeed, and I want to see this grow.
Yeah, well, thank you. And I've been thinking about it, and if we were able to crush 35K, I think our next stretch goal would be I would want to give Kristen a nice fat bonus for like all the work that he's done.
Yeah. Exactly. Because I'm. Of course, I don't want to say. Okay, let me put it this way. Besides yourself and your wife and your people, you're working with on your team.
Yeah.
And of course, like people, I've seen a lot of people. Every time you would make a post, I would see Simon Pothier post that pinup
Yeah.
that he did. I was like, there's something of mine in here.
Simon's great.
Mhm.
Yeah, like 2021, me and him got something big planned, so
That's
look
awesome.
out for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides y'all, your group, I'd say myself and and you can ask these guys. I was like hardcore. I was like, this has got to succeed. And my reasoning why is, well, without mincing too many words, because fuck Indycron, right?
Right.
I wanted proof of point that you don't need an aggregator. Aggregators are nice, right?
Mhm.
They're okay. I'm not saying they're a bad thing, but that particular one,
Right.
who needs you? Now this proves you're irrelevant. To the
Yeah,
discussion.
I mean, now that like we've hit funding, like I can be a bit more like open about some of this stuff.
Mhm.
All that Edwin stuff going down, like I think it was less than 2 weeks before we were planning on launching God's Fear Me.
Yeah.
It really kind of took the wind out of like our sails, both me and Selena, because yeah, like the last thing between me and him was just him like holding that number over our heads and being like, just the whole ex-girlfriend thing of like, this is what you're walking away from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh God, and the whole campaign, especially when we hit that mid slump with all the Preston stuff,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was like, did Edwin put some bad juju on us? What is happening?
Yeah.
So yeah, for it to work out, like I'm beyond relieved for similar reasons.
And then on top of that, it's like I noticed, and I kind of noticed that, like, the first time we had you on, I could tell you were, of course you wanted to succeed, but you were kind of like, I could tell you were off.
Yeah.
You were a little off about it. It's like you weren't 100% on for it. And I want to say it was right after the thing with Pocket Pussy that I don't know what happened. I don't know if a switch went off, but you sprang to life then.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
It's like I think you took that couple of days, like where nothing was going on after he did that bullshit to you, and it was like the switch went on. It was like I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what your internal monologue is, but I imagine it was something like, you know what, fuck these people. I don't need them. I never needed them. I can do this. And then you just went balls to the wall, full out, every single day, every few hours. You were putting something new up about, check this out. This is my project. Like you just kept. You did not. It's like something I remember my dad said one time. It's like somebody wanted us to buy into like a franchise, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, it was all the promises. And I'm sure you've heard things like this before. Oh, if you find this franchise, you're going to be making this money because of our name and this like that and blah, 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 and this, that, da. Promising you the world, because what they don't tell you, they kind of forget the fact, you're going to owe them like, half of your sales and all this other shit, right?
Right.
And then, I remember clear as day, and I'm like, because I think I was like 13, 14 years old, and my dad said, you know what? Fuck it. I can do that myself.
Right.
He said, I don't need these people. I can do it myself. And
sure.
Mike's the second nicest guy in comics next to Peter Samedi. Oh, you got a Dark Gift is giving you a nice compliment there, buddy.
Oh, well, thank you, Dark Gift. Thank you.
That was nice. But yeah, that was that was the thing. It's like, I don't know. It's like I noticed. I mean, I can very clearly see the switch went on, right?
Right.
I think it was, and I think it was like soon after that you like contacted me, say, hey, I'm wanting to do another push. Can it be on the show again? And of course, you're welcome
Right.
anytime. You could just pop in if you wanted to. Fuck, I don't care. You're a good friend of the show now. So it's like,
No, awesome, man. Thank you.
yeah. So this is exciting to me because I really, without having much to do with it, directly, the most I could do was just like retweet, get you on the show, promote it, pray.
Right.
Whatever I could do, to and I mean, and like I said, sometimes, maybe gloating is a little too much, but I think, you're entitled to a little puffed up chest today.
A little bit, yeah.
I think you're, just a little bit, not, not a big head or anything, just a little. Yep.
Yeah, just like that Terminator.
Yeah, just like the Terminator.
Exactly. Just eyeing that table.
Yeah, it's like, But yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I'm proud of you guys because you made it work. You made it work.
Thanks so much, man.
I mean, the biggest, and like I said, the thing was, it wasn't like during the whole time. I have a feeling, with 3 days left, you would have made it anyway. But once again, big thanks to Ethan Van Sciver for bringing it across the finish line with 5 minutes of promotion, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I really do hope again, you will get on his, because that's what. In case people are wondering, Mike, he came to me. It was about 8:00 my time, so about 4 hours ago, and he goes, "Hey man, just want to let you know there's a chance I could get on Ethan's show tonight. He invited me to his DM group, so I might have to leave early. Is that okay? I feel really bad about this." I was like, "Don't feel bad."
Bring us with you.
Yeah, exactly. I want to go with you.
I want to shitpost on the bigger stage.
Yeah.
Imagine us doing this shit
With
like,
Ethan's
just showing fucking
with Ethan's audience.
Right.
I think Ethan could
I
appreciate.
think they'd love methed out Terminator running. From
Yeah. I think he would. Ethan would appreciate the Methwin edits that you did tonight.
Oh, I know he would.
Yeah.
I know
We
he
also
would.
have another.
Do we have another piece of art to?
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, there you go. What is he doing? Oh no! What is he doing? What the fuck? Where's Robot Toads?
He's being held
He's
by a
on the
small
coaster.
ethnic tribe.
Knows, but he can't reach that finger.
Like somebody said, like I think like Mike's been trying to do car videos or something recently, and I was like, I didn't know they made high chairs for driver seats.
It's like the old lady in Ferris Bueller.
Right? Yeah. I like he did this whole premiere today. In fact, that was one of the things I had in our chat earlier. He did this whole thing where he did a premiere of. He says, "Check out the videos that Geeks and Gamers rejected." I'm like, nobody wanted to see those, Mike.
Right.
Nobody cared. In fact, it proved.
Don't advertise it as they rejected them.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? I would have you can unused.
Like too hot for Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah. He
something.
literally put it up. The title of it, "Rejected Geeks and Gamers Video."
Well, then why do I want to see them?
I mean, let's be. And I'm not dunking on because Jeremy he's done well for himself, right?
Yeah.
And I think he's got some good folks around him. But if you can't talk into a mic the right way on a guy who does car videos channel, and that they say this is not a good thing, this is not a good fit for our channel right now. That's
Right.
That's not.
Right.
That's less to do with him and more to do with you.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not trying to throw too much shade at Mike, but
Mhm.
when he announced that whole thing, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, how long is that gonna last?
Yeah, dude, I seriously, because my thinking was not that I know Ethan would never do this because he just seemed to type. I said it's gonna be a conflict at some point because Mike and Jeremy, Ethan and Jeremy are friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the few times that I saw like when War Campaign was memeing on Jeremy that Ethan matter of factly came out and said, "Stop it."
Right. Right.
He's my brother. Stop it. Let's see what Yelena said. You on Ethan's show, I somehow see it as you guys there doing a normal show, but Ethan having his chair do the show for him again.
And how great would that?
Yeah, we did. I think we're the only ones who sniped Ethan's like live stream. The chair stream that night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
I said, "Fuck it, let's go live," and we did it, and we were just showing his chair live, and then like people were coming into our chat to talk about fucking.
I like that his chair has become such a character on Twitter.
Oh yeah. His chair on Ethan's chair Twitter account is pretty cool. And a guy who had a guys who ever doing, he doesn't break character. He's always like as a chair.
Mike, you may not want to throw shade on Mike S. Miller, but I will, and that's why I just made this.
Oh boy. Oh my.
Would you fuck me?
Now we're getting a big crossover. We got that's like a mix of like a War Campaign meme and a Cecil meme, and
yeah, like
because Cecil's doing that whole. He's been doing like the goodbye horses for like 2 weeks now.
Did you see? I gotta send Cecil a thank you note because he probably doesn't even know he was doing this because he was so drunk. Did you see, like, a week or so ago, him and Malin were doing that 9-hour stream?
Yeah.
And Malin was trying to, like, showcase The Gods Fear Me, but neither of them knew that his screen wasn't sharing.
Yeah, dude, I don't know if you saw it. I sent a super chat.
Oh, that's right, right.
I sent a super chat. I was like, you're not showing the screen, you idiots.
And then they figure out what's going on, and Malin's like, so stop singing over my shit when I'm talking. Yeah. He starts doing it all over again.
That was so hilarious. I'm like,
oh, this is the best promotion I've ever gotten in my life.
Right. I mean, well, admittedly, one guy was drunk, right?
Yeah.
And that happens a lot with Cecil. Like he'll say, "Oh, go ahead and show it," not realizing he didn't do anything to be able to let the person show it.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I'm gonna tell you a little story here. Do you remember? Okay, and the reason I mentioned this because Kelsey Shannon gave, I say more Mike, but he gave kind of me a shout out too for my promotion tweet for today. And he tweeted my tweet and said, "Check Mike's stuff out. I love the coloring on his book and blah blah blah." Kelsey Shannon is he's a literally blacklisted artist in the comic book industry. Like nobody will hire him. No, not the big, the big two and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hire the shit out of him.
Yeah. I like Kelsey. He's a good guy.
Would you hire me? I would hire.
But what's funny is like, Murphy, you remember a few months, probably a couple months ago, they were doing a stream. It was a Jack Show stream. It was like one of the first ones.
Okay.
And it was the one where Cecil accidentally kicked Kelsey out.
Yes. And
then there was a big to-do online about it, on Twitter. Like Kelsey actually got legitimately mad about it because, and it was because once again Cecil was drunk and he instead of hitting mute he hit kick, not realizing people who get kicked out of Google Hangouts can't come back unless you make another Hangout.
Right. But he was pissed in a very Kelsey way where he's like, I thought we were brothers.
Oh yeah. That's where I'm getting at. This is what I'm getting at because what's funny is, of course, the reason he kicked him because he mentioned Tim Lim, which was even funnier because obviously Cecil has a sore subject on that one.
Yep.
But what was funny, I was trying to explain to Kelsey, realizing he was just as drunk as Cecil, right? I realized maybe I made a mistake here. But I'm like on Twitter, it's like, no, dude, no, he literally said he did it. It was an accident. He didn't mean to kick you. He thought you could come back. And then he said, and of course Kelsey's still mad. He's drunk mad. That's
Right.
And he said something like, he liked my tweet. Like, I explained it and he liked it, right? And then he was still mad. And I was like, well, but dude, you liked my tweet and then you get mad. What's wrong? What's up, man? He said, it's because I'm nice, cocksucker. I was like, I don't even know what to say to that. At that point, I just gave up. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Kelsey's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I knew when I first saw that Iron Sights cover that, like, I needed to work with him in my life at some point.
Yeah.
But when he was on that stream where Ethan helped us get Samurai funded, and it's the end of the night, and you can tell Ethan's trying to wrap up, and Ethan just looks at Kelsey's room, and he's like, Kelsey, what the hell is going on with your room? And Kelsey just starts picking up random objects. He's like, I got a candle holder, I got a gun cleaning kit, like, just all this shit all over his room. And Ethan's like, do you even own a gun? No, why?
No, why? After he says, I got a gun cleaning kit.
Yeah. It was at that moment that I knew, like, I gotta be friends with this guy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, like I said, some of the experiences, man. What I liked about, and the one thing is like good about that is that, the thing with Kelsey and Cecil, that blew over very quickly, right? And
Yes.
which is what happens when you actually talk to people instead of immediately getting mad about something, or if you do get mad about something after you talk about it, you're just like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Right.
So, I mean, that's a lot of the problem is lack of communication. And it's like one thing, people, I see people all, I'm sure you see it too. People are all over online. They're saying, well, Ethan, he's doing these backroom deals. I was like, I know at least from Micah, who's told me, Ethan does a lot to try to keep the peace.
Yes.
I mean, a lot. And people don't realize that. And people say, oh, he's trying to control everybody. It's like, no, he's like, guys, just either get along or don't, but just stop talking about each other. That's literally like the amount of trying to keep the peace. It's like, just don't interact with each other. Yeah,
it's one of the things that, like, I really agree with Ro about. Like, Ro always says the whole thing of, like, like, if we just met up in person and, like, got a drink or something, like, we'd be best friends. Like, all this internet stuff is just nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, there's very few people that, online people, that I say I'd legitimately want to, like, punch.
Sure.
I'm straight up like,
Am I on that list yet?
No, not yet. You're getting up there.
Give it time.
Give it time. Now you keep making memes like you did tonight, brother. You'll be fine. I still got that Mike Miller. Yeah, I do. I'm still showing the Mike Miller picture.
Buy my comics. I have no idea who this man is, but I'm still gonna shit. Fucking get me in a room with him. I'll still shit talk him.
But
Mike is
he's a character. Yeah. I guess it's the best way.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I explain Mike Miller? Mike Miller does some dumb things. And I don't think he realizes in the moment how dumb they are. And then when he finally realizes how dumb they are, he does two things, one or two things. He doubles down, or he apologizes and then doubles down.
Right.
Mike
Either way, there will be doubling down involved.
Yeah, Mike is never wrong, according to him. Even though he's always wrong. That's the funny thing. It's like he's never wrong, but he's always wrong. He wants to troll people, but he hates being trolled.
Yep.
Now, I think every one of us has been online long enough to know that basically the 11th commandment is if thou wast be a troll, thou will be trolled.
Yep.
That's just the way the internet works. There's, I mean, I've always said, Evil Bob here knows we meme on each other. Like our group of friends meme on each other worse than anybody else could ever meme on us. Mm-hmm. Isn't that right, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way it goes, man. You just because it's bros. It's fun. It's just like it's like. How your boys get together back in the day, or even now, y'all get together and y'all shit talk each other, but you're just all in good fun. You're just having a good time, When did we have like a bunch of like whiny baby ass bitches come along and just take everything fucking seriously?
Facebook.
Right.
Yeah, Facebook. Thank you. That's pretty.
that's on point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like with Mike. It's like, dude. You can't go to the lengths that you go to mess with people. Like you can't draw on a dead man's final piece of art
and not expect backlash.
Make it right and not expect backlash. And then when people troll you, like immediately recoil and be like, "Why are you messing with me?
Mm-hmm. Why are you mad at me? Well, you did something stupid, Mike. Like what do you mean? Like. And then you got the periphery people, and they're the ones that are named after fruit. What I think it was, I think Booker T had a good name for it, the fruit booties.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, I don't even want to call them the quote cherries anymore. I'm just going to call them the fruit booties.
Yes, fruit booties.
Yeah. And they got this whole thing going on. I'm like, I don't even know what y'all are talking about anymore. There's this one guy, particularly, I'm not going to say his name, but he got so butt frosted one time that he made a joke during when Ethan was doing in a thread, and Ethan made a tweet, and he made this joke, and it was a bad joke, especially at that point in time. Mm-hmm. And it was a really distasteful joke. And people are like, dude, what the fuck? And all of a sudden, because he got shit on for making a bad joke, Ethan is literally the worst person on earth.
Wow.
Because he sicked his fans on me. I was like, are we never going to take responsibility for our own words? How hard would it have been? It's like, oh, I didn't realize that this was a bad time. I apologize.
Right.
Even if you wanted to still make the joke, there's more appropriate times to make jokes. It's like, oh man, my mother passed away. And then you make an inappropriate joke about somebody's mother right after they passed away. I was like, dude.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
Not the venue.
Yeah.
Not the venue.
Yeah. This is not the time, brother. Not the time. And then like in this particular one, he goes on like he's been doing this thing. He's been showing like Ethan's like Social Blade, for mm-hmm. It's like he's lost all these subs. I'm like, no, that's kind of like just the way that YouTube's counting their stuff now. That's just the way it works. I'm not saying he hasn't lost subs. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure he has in all of this, right? But now YouTube only counts, and when they get up into hundreds of thousands, they only count to the nearest 1,000, right? They don't show anything beyond that. So
yeah,
like. If Ethan suddenly, he goes from like 132,000 to 131,000, he's probably sitting at like 131,995, right?
Right.
But it's going to go to the lowest. It's weird. It's stupid that it defaults to the lowest instead of the highest, right? But that's just the way it is. Because one day, like Ethan talked about, I don't think he realized that YouTube made that change. Because he said something like, I lost like 500 subscribers in one day. I was like, no, that was on Social Blade. That's how they accounted for the rounding off. That they rounded it back down to 32,000, right?
Right.
So I said, you didn't lose like that many in one day. It was just a culmination of it. And this particular person, you go look at their particular Social Blade for their YouTube channel, and it's funny because all of their subscribers are in 100 sub batches, every couple of weeks.
Hmm.
Mundane Matt.
Interesting.
Somebody, it sounds like somebody
Interesting.
might be buying their subs.
They got him.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Is that Mrs. Terminator?
Yeah.
Visiting. Wait a minute, hold on. Why is Iguanatron in jail?
I was just
Lateral
noticing that. It was a double sting.
Robotoad, they said I blew up the Louvre.
It looks like he's screaming into like a. Let me zoom in on it so people can see it. Oh, there you go. I like how
Believe you had
Robotoad.
to
I like how
ask if
Robotoad.
Mrs. Terminator.
I like how
She has a
Robotoad.
bow.
I like how Robotoad is like got his hat on sideways now.
He's straight gangster.
He got it back.
Yeah, he got it back. It's just, but he's like, he's down with that. He started that gangster shit.
Yep.
Just like,
I love how nobody's pointed out that I've been using Comic Sans for the FBI font this entire time.
oh no, that's I noticed it, but you just kind of leave it alone. Like,
Okay. Oh, man.
This has been the perfect way to celebrate, guys.
oh yeah. You gotta have good laughs, right? You gotta have some, make some memes. Have a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I think we should probably end it there. It's going on for 2 hours. We're crazy. Let's see what. Let me read the chat real quick. Let's see. Go back up a little bit because that chat isn't working too well. Huh. That one stopped right there.
Listen here, Medicare. We only do tasteful and respectful memes. I can't.
So we're channel friendly. I say, somebody. Oh yeah, there we go. We got him. Not a Bin Laden meme. I am disappointed. Well, yeah, but hey, we did our best. We did what we could.
I literally photoshopped a shitload of stuff.
For you people.
Listen, this is free content.
We did it for you.
I did it for The Rock, really, but
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'd do it again.
Yeah, always. But yeah, anyways, like I said, going to wrap this up. Mike, if you want, let you have the floor. Say what you want to say. Congratulations, once again. But have at it. Go for it.
Yeah. So I got to thank Selena, and I have to thank Christian. This whole time, like their support and just them campaigning as hard as I've been campaigning, we wouldn't have gotten here without them. And I also have to thank my core group of people who helped me set up this campaign and were there every step of the way with me. Tinfoil Hat Nick, Red Gaze, Manisex, Adam AF. Those guys are incredible, and a lot of the course correction that we made during the campaign was because of their suggestions. So big thanks to them. And yeah, like every single person who retweeted back the campaign, helped spread the word in any way. Ethan, of course, the human sunbeam himself. Everybody out there, thanks so much. And you guys especially, there were a couple rough nights in there, and just being able to come hang out here for the past month or so, it's it helped a lot. So thank you guys as well.
Well, we
Yeah.
we appreciate it. Yeah, and like I said, feeling is mutual. We've I know the first time I think it was during your Samurai and Dinosaurs campaign. I said, I like this guy. This is a good guy right here. I said I want to get to know. I want to have drinks with this guy one day. It might not be.
Nice. Thanks,
it
man.
might be just Mike's hard, but
We'll work it out.
yeah. Do it for Cecil, always for Cecil. I mean, yeah, do it for the Cecil. There you go.
Yep.
But yeah. Once again, man, congratulations, great job. I'm glad you stuck through it. I know it got tough a few times in there, but like you said, thank once again, I repeat everything he said. Thank to all the people that helped him do this. Thank you, Ethan, if you're listening. Whenever you do, thank you for doing that, and thank you for reading all my annoying super chats about the Gods Fear Me. So I thought I totaled it up. I said, in addition to what I spent on the campaign itself, I think I put in like another like $30 in super chats to get people to fucking talk about
Awesome,
it. Remember me. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, like I said, I'm very excited for you guys. Looking forward to when we actually get the book, to reading it and stuff. I think it's gonna be great. So yeah, from this point on, it's about getting those stretch goals and pushing it a little further and see where we can go from it. So.
Yeah, we got a good couple months, and again, I'm gonna take a few days, but then it's right back to pushing it uphill.
There you go. But yeah, guys, thank y'all so much for showing up tonight. Sorry that we haven't been streaming that much lately. Things have kind of hit. I'll be honest with you, I got a little sick. Just been tired, but need to recharge the batteries a little bit. Feeling good now, so it's time to get going. Going to roll on, get some more subscribers, try to get that goal, so y'all can start sending us super chats. So you guys have a good one. And Dark Gift, just before we go, he said, "Have a good night, guys, and congrats again to Mike." So once again, congratulations, and once again, we will see you again hopefully tomorrow night. And y'all have a good one until then. Peace out.
Bye-bye.